He pointed at the helicopter and laughed, shouting loud enough for everyone to hear. "Fly this heli for me, sweetheart, and maybe I'll make your boyfriend my heir." He had no idea the woman he was mocking wasn't just some bystander. She was the actual owner of the entire aviation company he was trying to impress. He smirked, waiting for her embarrassment. But she didn't budge. She simply folded her arms, lifted her chin, and said calmly, "Are you sure that's what you want to say?" His smile flickered. For the first time, he felt something was off. Most people in that hangar knew who Maya Thompson was, except the millionaire who thought money gave him X-ray eyes to judge anyone instantly. Maya had built her aviation empire from scratch, but she preferred low-profile clothes, simple sneakers, and keeping her hair tied back while visiting her facilities. She didn't dress like a billionaire. She didn't need to. But to Gregory Masters, a man known for bragging about his wealth and insulting anyone he considered beneath him, appearance was everything. And today, he had chosen the wrong target. Earlier that morning, Gregory strutted into Thompson Aviation HQ with his assistant, barking orders and flashing his gold watch at anyone who dared glance his way. "Make sure they treat me like a priority client," he said to his assistant. "I'm planning to buy 3 choppers, the biggest ones they have." He saw Maya standing near the aircraft and immediately assumed she was staff, maybe even the receptionist who wandered too far from the lobby. "You!" he snapped. "Call your boss. Tell him a real customer is here, and get me a coffee while you're at it." Maya blinked, startled by the sudden hostility, but she kept her voice steady. "I'm not here to get you coffee, but I can answer your questions." "Great," Gregory scoffed. "Then tell me how fast this one flies, little lady." Little lady. It had been years since someone used that tone with her. Still, she breathed in slowly and replied, "It can do 160 knots comfortably. But performance depends on what you—" No, he interrupted. "I want real information. Get someone who knows what they're talking about." She smiled faintly. "You think I don't?" Gregory rolled his eyes dramatically, turning to his assistant. "See, this is what I mean. Customer service is dead. They'll hire anybody nowadays." Maya's calm cracked for a moment, but she maintained her composure. "You know," she said, "you really shouldn't judge people so quickly." "Oh, please," he fired back. "I'm a millionaire. I know how to read people. And you? You look like someone who cleans these things, or maybe rides in them for fun when no one's looking." His assistant winced. This was bad, but Gregory kept going. The man didn't know when to stop. Then he spotted a younger man walking into the hangar, Maya's chief test pilot, Andre. Gregory immediately assumed that must be the real person worth talking to. "Ah, this must be your boyfriend," he said mockingly. Turning to Andre, he added, "Tell her to step aside. I'm trying to make a purchase." Andre stared at Gregory like he was actively digging his own grave. "Sir," he said carefully, "I think you should understand." But Gregory cut him off again. "I don't need explanations. I need someone competent. Look, if your girl here can fly this He-Lee, I'll even make you my heir someday. How about that? A little incentive for doing me a favor." Andre just placed his hand over his face. This man was beyond rescuing, and that brought us back to the moment everything came crashing down for Gregory. Maya stood still, her eyes locked on him. "Are you sure?" she repeated. "That's what you want to say?" He scoffed. Yes? Why, you going to complain? Go ahead, cry to your boss. I'll have him fire you before lunchtime." Maya exhaled. Then she finally decided enough was enough. "All right," she said. "Let me call my boss." She reached into her pocket, pulled out her phone, and dialed her own office number. Gregory rolled his eyes again. "Oh, this is going to be good." The call connected. "Hi," she said into the phone, still staring straight at him. "It's Maya. I need our client files for Mr. Gregory Masters sent to my office immediately." Gregory laughed. Your office? What office? But then the voice on the line spoke clearly. Yes, Ms. Thompson. I'll send everything right away. Gregory froze. Miss Thompson? His assistant whispered, horrified. Sir, that's the owner. What? Gregory choked. No, she can't be. Maya hung up the call. I tried to let you figure it out on your own, she said softly. But since you're determined not to listen, let me be very clear. She stepped closer, her voice steady and resolute. My name is Maya Thompson. I own this entire company. Every aircraft you see in this hangar, I paid for. Every engineer, every pilot, every mechanic, from me. And you've spent the last 10 minutes insulting me, belittling me, and pretending your money gives you the right to disrespect anyone you please. Gregory's mouth hung open. His gold watch suddenly felt very, very small. I didn't know, he stammered. You should have said something. I did, she replied. You just didn't hear me. People like you rarely do. His assistant quietly stepped backward, trying to disappear. Maya continued, As for making someone your heir, you can keep that offer. I don't need your money, and neither does my staff. Gregory swallowed hard. Ms. Thompson, I was joking. Just a misunderstanding, I swear. No, she interrupted. It was disrespect, and here's what you're going to do. He straightened nervously, waiting. You're going to take your business somewhere else. Thompson Aviation does not sell aircraft to people who abuse our employees, or our owners. But I'm ready to buy 3 helicopters, he insisted desperately. Right now. I've already allocated the funds. Maya shook her head. Money is replaceable. A healthy company culture is not. Gregory's face twisted in panic. Please. I need these aircraft for my new venture. I already told my investors. Then you'll have to tell them the truth, she replied. You lost the deal because you couldn't treat people with basic respect. His shoulders collapsed. He looked around the hangar one more time, realizing too late what his arrogance had cost him. Andre stepped forward and added quietly, You should leave now. Gregory opened his mouth to argue, but there was nothing left to say. He turned and walked out, each step heavier than the last. Later that day, Maya sat in her office reviewing reports when Andre knocked on her door. You okay? He asked. She smiled faintly. I'm used to it. People judge fast. But every time someone like him shows up, I'm reminded why we built this company differently. Andre nodded. You showed real restraint. I would have lost my cool. That's the thing, she replied. Power isn't measured by how loudly you speak, but by how calmly you handle those who try to belittle you. He chuckled. Well, he's definitely never forgetting today. No, she agreed. Hopefully he learned something from it. Andre hesitated. Do you ever get tired of people assuming you don't belong? Maya leaned back in her chair. All the time. But I don't need their permission to belong. I built my place. And as long as I stay true to who I am, no one can take it from me. A brief silence settled. Then she added, That's why we treat everyone here with respect, from the interns to the executives. No one is superior based on money or appearance. Andre smiled. That's exactly why people love working here. And that, Maya said, closing the folder on her desk, is worth more than any millionaire's check. The moral of the story? Never judge people by how they look. You never know their story, their strength, or the power they carry. Respect costs nothing, but disrespect can cost you